Okay, so John, thanks for joining us today.
Hi Thomas, thank you for having me.
I'm going to do a wee bit of filming regarding the upcycling of the Burleigh crockery.
Yeah.
So this is part of our sustainable marketing for the COP26.
Yeah.
So it's good to really show this this process. So yeah, I'm really interested to see it today.
No, it'd be great. I'm happy to show you how it goes. Actually, right enough, you know, it's really a good project. I'm happy to be involved in it as well, right enough, you know. So, but let's crack on.
Yeah, go for it.
And as I say, the first step is just to get rid of this edge.
So what everyone can't see is Thomas and me, the camera person, moving back with it, moving out of the way. I have to say, John, it feels funny to watch you like essentially destroy.
I know, that's it,
a
yes.
piece of handmade Burleigh.
Ah, but don't worry, we'll make it into something nice again.
Exactly.
Promise you.
Exactly.
So basically that's what I do. I kind of trim it down. This gets me a nice workable piece, and from that I will cut it down into smaller pieces, in which I can make. Just have a look at the pattern and try and find something that's repeatable. There we go. So all these smaller pieces will get used to make different pieces of jewellery.
So it's a lot of cutting down, and then we go into the grinding
Yes.
process afterwards.
Yeah.
So
just to finish it off, you can't get a really good cut with these because you always get a kind of raggedy edge. Oh.
So how long would you say the process would take? So from the start, from taking the breakages and breaking them down into smaller parts, then into the grinding?
I would say you're talking well over an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours work with some of it. It just depends how fiddly you are, because it's not just this, but there's quite a different processes kind of along the way. You know, so but what we'll do now is we'll have to grind this now. So this gives you a kind of a rough. This is what we're going. Try and get it as close to it as possible, and then I'll use the grinder to get a nice smooth finish. This is one that I kind of prepared there, so you can pick out various elements. If it's maybe some earrings and I want the pattern to match, I'll use 2 of these, so I'll get a similar thing, a similar kind of a pattern on both earrings. But you'll just work your way, but you'll still get quite a few bits and pieces out of it, which would have just went in the bin otherwise, actually, right enough, you know. So.
John, so there's such a unique piece of jewellery that you're making here, and each piece tells a slightly different story. Everybody has their own personal favourites, so do you have an area of it that's your favourite to use?
Yeah, I do. There's a few little bits kind of a stand out. I quite like using these. See these little floral pieces here and the trees.
We had a wee chat before the camera was running about it's quite difficult to source some of the materials for the other products.
Oh yeah, the glass. I do stained glass. I made jewellery initially mainly from glass, but nowadays it's getting harder to get, especially the kind of a problem we had during the kind of pandemic. There was a lot of kind of material shortages, and then obviously price increases across from that as well. And quite a lot of the glass comes from China and America and further afield. So it's nice to have sort of materials that are kind of already. You've got obviously a source of them. It's damages that would have went in the bin actually, right enough, and it's nice to be able to kind of produce something kind of a worthwhile.
Yeah, so it
well.
benefits both of us because we've got these lovely pieces here that obviously have unfortunately been damaged, so it would be a shame to just throw them away. So
right enough, you know. I enjoyed working. It's been a new medium for me as well, so and I've had to go through the learning curve, different cutting techniques, different processes, and just try and find the kind of a best way that kind of works, you know. So, but hopefully it'll continue. You know.
Well, that's it. The end product is something very unique and something that we can both be proud of, because it's something that you can only get here as well.
Definitely happy to be on board, you know. So, but I'll get that. What we'll do is then this piece here. This is what I'm going to nibble down. So I'm just going to kind of grind this down to almost the kind of a finished product.
So it's nice to see the process continued, because the Burleigh crockery itself, it's 26 pairs of hands for each item, so there's a lot of great craftsmanship that goes into it already, so this is an extra step on top of that, and you can see it sort of starting to take shape as either a nice pendant, John, would you say, or?
Oh yeah, this is going to be a pendant. I'll get a bell glued onto it shortly.
So we can make that 27 pairs of hands now.
Well, unless you want to stick on the bell then, Thomas, and then that'll be 28. I've put a little bit of adhesive on this nice heart-shaped bale, and what we'll do is we will glue that in place.
Brilliant. Well, that's been a really interesting process. It's brilliant to see it in the flesh, and so thank you very much for joining us
No,
today,
it's
John.
great.
It's really appreciated.
Happy to help actually, right enough, you know. So, and as I say, anything that can help to try and champion upcycling, definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
And you're doing a great job here as well. And I say you should be pleased with your efforts.
Well,
Thanks for having me.
Definitely part of that, John. That process. We couldn't do this stuff without you. So thanks for being part of it.